Merry meet! It's Rowan Ravenwolf with Triple Goddess Apothecary and Reiki. I hope everybody's had a really great new year, and I wanted to share, since it's a new year, I start all my classes. Some of them are yearly classes, and that's what I wanted to discuss today. I wanted to discuss the beginning witchcraft course that I teach that begins at the beginning of every year. So to learn more about my classes, to see unboxing, to see tarot specific or witchcraft specific classes, book reviews, hit like and subscribe and notifications. Then that way when you're on my YouTube channel, you'll get to see every time a new video is posted. But without further ado, let me get into beginning witchcraft. So I started beginning witchcraft, 2018, 2019, for just a couple students that I had locally. And then when COVID happened, I had some that didn't finish the classes. And that was when I was inspired to do it online. And so now it's available to anybody around the world. So this is like a great opportunity, especially if you're new to witchcraft. So every year I begin with this year course, and it is every other week on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're new to the craft or you've been a solitary practitioner and you don't know where to go and you haven't found a teacher and you by weird chance happen to find me, maybe I'm the person that resonates with you and you want to take my classes. So it's perfect to start now. Classes start on Thursday, January 5th this year. I started studying Wicca. And so on my spiritual journey, when Christianity just was not resonating with me, I was looking at other religions and spiritual ways of living. I happened to pick up a Scott Cunningham book and was so inspired by it. I went from there and everything just kind of exploded and fell in my lap. And I found this beautiful pathway that I have grown so much as a person since becoming a witch. But when I started out Wiccan, and most of the books I read were Wicca specific. And then my first teacher was Wiccan, and found another teacher that was Wiccan and took classes. But part of Wicca did not resonate with me 100%. So I consider myself more a traditional witch. However, when I teach this course, I'm going to teach you basically how to do it if you're traditional witchcraft or if you want to do Wicca, the Wicca path. So I'm going to open your eyes to all pathways so that you can make your practice, and it's not going to be anybody else's but yours. And that's what's important, because this is your spiritual path. It's your spiritual growth. It's not mine. It's not your neighbor's. It's not your mother's. It's yours. And you need to be you, and you need to be authentic. So I want to give you the tools, book recommendations, and other fun things to help you get started on your pathway. So over the year, again, every other week, there will be a class for a total of 26 classes that's going to touch on everything. Learning the elements, learning about Sabbats and Esbats, learning how to incorporate the new moon and the full moon in your practice, herbs, essential oils, the fae, all sorts of everything. So I'm going to go into briefly what each class is. So I designed the class the way I wish I had initially learned, and hoping that it helps others and will resonate with others and help them pick the pathway that resonates with them. So again, I will be incorporating different pathways in the courses. So course 1 is witchcraft types, paganism, and druidism. So I'm going to go into that with you and give you just a quick snippet so that you can kind of get an idea. And then if something does resonate, you'll know where to go from there and where you need to grow your practice. Or if you need to find a specific teacher that may teach something that I'm not teaching. The next one is grounding and meditation. And class 2 is really important no matter what your practice is. And if you just need to ground yourself and meditate, I'm going to give you exercises and tools that will help you ground and meditate, especially if you struggle with it. Third class is Sabbats and the Wheel of the Year. And then our fourth class is Esbats and the Lunar Magic, which is so fun. Fifth class is protection and shielding, because we do need that, especially if you're going to work with spirits. You want to know how to protect yourself so you don't get any malevolent spirits or negative entities attached to you and bring them to your home. The sixth class is magic tools and record keeping. The seventh class is a basics on the elements to introduce you to them. But then class 8, I go into fire and go into more details on fire. Class 9, I go into the element of air and more details on air. Class 10, I go into the element of water. Class 11 is the element of earth. And class 12 is working with the spirits and working with the element of spirit. And then my favorite, because I love candle magic, is class 13 is candle magic. Class 14 is my other favorite, crystals and gemstones. Class 15, another favorite. This is the herbal magic and essential oils. And I teach it using magic and essential oils in your practice, but also using them holistically to heal yourself, because there are 2 ways, actually there's probably more than 2 ways that we can use herbs and essential oils in our practice and in our lives. Class 16 is familiars and power animals, and how we can work with the animals and what messages the animals have for us. Like if we see too many squirrels, or like lately I've been seeing a lot of coyotes. So what messages are they bringing us when we happen to see an animal that we don't see very often, or we shouldn't see because of where we live? Class 17 is spirit guides, spirit magic, and the spirits of place. So if you want to work with spirits, this is that little get your feet wet and get working with it. 18 is types of divination, and most people who know me know I love working with divination. So this is a fun class. I'm going to teach you all sorts of divination, like just get your feet wet, not learn it so you can run away reading tarot or runes. That's a separate class, but at least I'm going to get your feet wet so that you know, and if something is you're attracted to something, you can go, I'm taking that class. So I teach a class. Class 19 is on the Fae and working with the fairies, because I love working with the fairies and the Fae. A lot of people get a little nervous and scared, but if you do it right, it's fun to work with them. Class 20 is working with the deities and learning the deities. And again, this is just getting your toes a little bit wet. 21 is casting circles and rituals. So I'm going to teach you the basics of a ritual, both in Wicca and traditional witchcraft, and how to do your own rituals. Followed by class 22, which is spell writing. So that's like your next step, is writing your own spells. Class 23 is creating your own book of shadows, your own grimoire. Class 24 is charms, talismans, and amulets. Followed by class 25, which is prophetic dreams, dream magic, and astral projection. And I finish it off with a nice little bow. Class 26 is astrology, and it is basic astrology. You do need your natal chart for it. It's a fabulous class, because I teach it. No, it's actually, if you're really into astrology, it's going to help get you in those baby steps. I will be touching on astrology in my total transformation class, which there's a video on that. Yeah, I'm going to throw that one out there at you today too. So when you can take all 26 classes, especially if you're new and you don't know where to start. I'd recommend it, or you can pick and choose, because not every witch is going to work with crystals. Not every witch is going to want to work with the Fae. Pick and choose if you would like, but if you would like to really get more and get more book recommendations, then take all 26 classes. At the end of the year, if you do take all 26, I will give you a certificate of completion, and you can either get that via email, or I'll mail you like a really nice one in the mail that you can frame. Basically kind of saying that you got your first degree, but it's your first degree with me. So I am actually a high priestess in the classes that I have taken, so I can hand these out. So it's not that I'm making up stuff. I do have like a lot of teachers that I have taken from. So I have gotten myself to the point where in certain aspects of Wicca and other courses, but I am a high priestess. Also, if you pay for all the classes, whether you pay for them per class or by month, or you pay up front for the whole year, you'll get to go to the exclusive Facebook group where you'll get to see the videos. You'll get to work with other people in the community, and you can throw things out. Everybody can share. And so that's why that was set up. So classes begin January 4th, 2023. They are every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I teach a lot more classes. I do have videos on some of the classes that I teach, but just so you know, I teach tarot and Lenormand. I teach runes classes. I teach Reiki, total transformation. I teach advanced witchcraft classes, and I also do unboxing videos, and you can see a lot more of that. If you want to see a lot more of that, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Have a blessed day.